So obviously a lot of the talk over the last few days has been whether or not Florida's authoritarian governor Ron DeSantis is in fact a kidnapper. You know, with regard to him paying for the jets to send the migrants from Texas up to Martha's Vineyard. The jet, by the way, also made stops in Florida and I believe it was North Carolina before heading up to Martha's Vineyard. And if we want to know really whether or not Ron DeSantis or even Greg Abbott broke the law doing this, we should ask a lawyer, right? And you know what? Let's not ask a liberal lawyer. Let's ask a conservative lawyer what they have to think. And luckily, actually, Sean Hannity of Fox News did that. And it's not just a conservative lawyer who's successfully argued cases in front of the Supreme Court. No. It's a conservative lawyer that successfully argued cases in front of the Supreme Court that also happens to be a senator from Texas. Ted Cruz. So let's listen to Ted Cruz obviously tell us that what DeSantis and Abbott did is totally legal. So here is Ted Cruz, I'm assuming, going to tell us that nobody broke the law here. Take a look.
You know, let's talk about the law. You're a lawyer, Senator. You've argued before the Supreme Court successfully. And from a legal standpoint, let's say I went down to the border and I brought a big truck with me and I picked up a bunch of illegal immigrants and I started transporting them across the country. Would I or would I not likely be arrested for human trafficking? And would it be illegal to do that for me if I did that?
For you, a citizen, you could easily be arrested, although, to be honest, Joe Biden's Justice Department wouldn't arrest you. But in an ordinary Justice Department,
I'm a conservative.
private citizen doing that
I disagree.
would be
They'd arrest me. They'd
no,
arrest
that's true.
If I was a liberal, I'd get away with it.
True.
Yeah. But back to the law.
That
The law is
with.
clear.
It is clear, and right now, the biggest human trafficker on the face of the planet is Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
Oh, color me surprised, right? You know, you would think, of all people, that Ted Cruz would go out there and be like, nah, this is totally legal, nothing to worry about, there's no kidnapping here. And then, of course, he literally says that, yeah, this is illegal. Like, if you or I did it, we'd be arrested. That's a pretty big indictment against Ron DeSantis and, of course, Greg Abbott and everybody else involved in this scheme. Ted Cruz admitted on Fox News on Sean Hannity's program, and Hannity clearly agrees with him, that this was illegal. Now, for Hannity, though, I understand why Hannity would want to say that Ron DeSantis did something illegal. Because DeSantis right now is the biggest threat to Donald Trump. Sean Hannity is still pushing for Trump 2024, and so maybe showing the people that, hey, Ron DeSantis is illegal, he's breaking the law, maybe he can help his good buddy Trump. Ted Cruz, I honestly don't know what he gets out of it. Did he just have a moment where he forgot he was on Fox News and was supposed to lie? Because I don't think that's the case, because he then came back at the end and said, the biggest trafficker is Joseph Robinette Biden. Really? Where has Joe Biden trafficked people, Ted? Could you go ahead and elaborate on that for us? Like, can you tell us specifically where Biden is trafficking people? Because that's not a thing that happened. Y'all love to talk about the border, obviously during election years. You love to make it a political stunt. You had your Republicans in power for 2 years. You had the Supreme Court, the White House, the Senate. Y'all did nothing about it. Except every time an election was near, oh, there's a caravan suddenly. We just noticed it. And then after the election, the caravan just disappears. You're a liar, but you did tell one truth. It does look like what Ron DeSantis, Greg Abbott, and everybody else did was in fact illegal. And there does need to be an investigation. And right now, lawyers for these individuals that were shipped up to Martha's Vineyard, they are calling for an investigation. We need to find out who the F. Perla is, right? The mystery woman Perla, who paid one of the migrants, or actually not a migrant, an aid worker, $200 to send her some migrants. We need to know where this money is coming from, because Perla told people it was coming from an anonymous benefactor. This is bribery. This is taking these people there under false pretenses. All of this is bribery. Kidnapping. And when you have the exchange of money taking place, then it becomes trafficking and or smuggling. That's what we're dealing with here. There needs to be an investigation. The DOJ needs to step up immediately and announce something, anything about this. Because Ron DeSantis has made it clear he ain't done yet. He's going to keep shipping more people to other parts of the country. So you best get your investigators on him ASAP so that he can stop trafficking people around this country.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.